When I bought my mansion, I thought I had found the perfect escape from the chaos of city life. It was a sprawling estate on the edge of town, surrounded by towering oak trees, with a driveway so long it almost felt like my own private road. I traveled often for business, so I wasn't always home, but when I was, the mansion was my sanctuary. Or at least, it was supposed to be. I never imagined that my biggest problem wouldn't be the repairs, the cleaning, or even the endless HOA rules. It would be a woman from the HOA who thought she was entitled to my house. It all started when I left for a 2-week business trip overseas. I had told the HOA I'd be away, mostly because they were sticklers for every little thing. If your trash bins were left out a day too long, you'd get a fine. If the grass wasn't cut just right, another fine. I didn't want to deal with anything while I was gone, so I sent a quick email letting them know I wouldn't be around. Everything seemed fine when I left. But when I returned early, 2 days earlier than expected, what I walked into was something out of a nightmare. My flight had been cancelled, so I caught an earlier one. I was tired, dragging my luggage up the long driveway, when I noticed something strange. There were cars in front of my mansion. Not my cars. Not even cars I recognized. 2 sedans and a shiny SUV were parked in my driveway as if this was a guesthouse for rent. My first thought was that maybe my cousin had dropped by, or a contractor was doing some work. But as I got closer, the truth became harder to ignore. The mansion didn't look like my home anymore. The front porch was decorated with planters I didn't buy. Curtains were drawn in the windows that had always been left open to let in the morning sun. And then I saw something that made my blood boil: a wreath on the front door. A wreath I had never bought. Someone had moved into my home. I rushed up the steps, fumbled with my keys, and as soon as I pushed the door open, I froze. Standing in my living room, wine glass in hand, was none other than Karen, the president of the HOA. She was wearing her usual smug smile, looking like she belonged there. But when she saw me, her expression changed instantly to shock and then, unbelievably, to outrage. "What are you doing here?" she snapped, as if I was the intruder. I dropped my bags, stunned. "What am I doing here? This is my house. What are you doing here, Karen?" Without missing a beat, she lifted her chin and said, "Actually, this property is under review by the HOA. You've been gone for weeks, and it appeared abandoned. We've taken measures to maintain it." I couldn't believe my ears. She was acting like she had some kind of legal right to move in because I was gone for 2 weeks. I looked around and noticed more details that made me sick. Her things were everywhere. Shoes by the door. Groceries on the counter. A pile of folded laundry on my couch. Karen had been living in my house. Before I could even